Eintracht Frankfurt 0, Tottenham 2. These Tottenham Hotspur continue on in the UEFA Champions League, clinching a spot directly in the round of 16. Welcome in to Top of the Perch. I am your host, as always, Nick Burt. Biggest key getting right out of the way is Tottenham Hotspur on to the round of 16 in the Champions League. They escape having to go into the playoff round with a, I don't want to say fully convincing victory, but it's a game they controlled basically start to finish. Frankfurt just, I don't want to say looked out of their depth today. They were at home. They played some good football here and there, but Tottenham were the ones controlling this game, and that's what leads them to finish fourth. Yes, that's right, fourth in the Champions League table. That is just wild to say, given they're in a relegation battle right now in the Premier League. Of course, coming off of Saturday's game against Burnley, just another pitiful performance. So we'll get into Premier League later. This is focused on the Champions League. Final match day of the group stage, obviously. A lot of things could have happened, but Tottenham's simplest route was winning this game. And it looked like it was going to be very quick, very early on, as we are just into the second minute of the game. And it was kind of bang, bang, bang. Out of nowhere, Tottenham coming in on the attack. I believe that was Kolo Muani on the attack. Comes in, takes a shot right at the near post. The keeper deflects it right to the middle of that 6-yard box. Xavi Simons is right there to put it into the back of the net, giving Tottenham a 1-0 lead just 2 minutes into this game. But VAR checks. There's a foul in the build-up. Goal is taken off the board, and this game remains 0-0. I know a lot of people out there, full fixture of games today. There were parlays being thrown around everywhere. I saw pics of, nobody's going to score within the first 3 minutes. I know that goal sent shockwaves through the regions, but it didn't matter because there were like 2 other goals in games within the first 3 minutes. So it didn't really matter anyways. Tottenham had plenty of good opportunities today. I mean, it was obviously the foul in the build-up. I believe it was off corner in the 11th minute. Kevin Donzo with a header to the near post. Gets close. Keeper has to make a save to keep it from rolling into the back of the net. Listen, like I said, Tottenham kind of controlled this game from start to finish. It was a matter of when, not if, for them scoring a goal here. It just felt like it was coming eventually. You go into Tottenham had so many opportunities prior to the halftime break, and just they could never find the back of the net. We had a few good saves by the Frankfurt keeper, but like I said, it was a when, not if situation. It felt like for Tottenham Hotspur, even though knowing Tottenham Hotspur, it would be an if situation, and somehow this game would draw 0-0. That obviously doesn't happen. We go into the halftime break, though, still at 0-0. Again, I wasn't truly worried here. Obviously, it's a few sketchy situations, but it is what it is. We get to the second half, and it is basically right off the start. On the attack, it's a cross into the box. Christian Romero's at the far post. He heads it more closer to the near post where Kolo Muani is waiting. He puts it in the back of the net, giving Tottenham Hotspur a 1-0 advantage. Just not even 2 minutes into the second half, scoring against his former club. this is kind of when it's like, okay, they got the goal. Are they going to park it now? Possibly, but it felt like that was kind of a done deal there. And like I said, Tottenham Hotspur's easiest way today was just winning this game, and they are on to the round of 16. And, I mean, that's basically what they did. Vicario had a few good saves today, given, the rumors going around lately that he wants to return to Italy. So does that put Tottenham in the goalkeeper market? They may be in it anyways if Anton Kinski is going out on loan with an option to buy with West Ham, which is befuddling to me, but whatever. And the fact that Sam Johnstone is the rumored replacement, what are we doing? This is an absolute disaster. Listen, the transfer window is almost over. Tottenham have done business. That is what it is. I really shouldn't be rambling at this point because we get to the 77th minute, and it was the finisher. Dominic Solanke on the counterattack gets basically a one-on-one opportunity with the Frankfurt keeper. He puts it in the back of the net. It's 2-0 Tottenham in the 77th minute. That's going to seal the game. Tottenham Hotspur are going to finish fourth in the Champions League table. Now, again, I was rambling on, but yes, Tottenham Hotspur had probably the easiest run of Champions League phase fixtures these 8 match weeks. I 100% believe that. Listen, you got to play the hand you're dealt. You got no one to hold them, no one to fold them. Tottenham Hotspur played really well today. I know they have not looked good at all these past few weeks. And there's no explanation how we can look that bad in the league and then we get to Champions League and we look decent. Now, again, it's decent because we're playing bad teams. Very potentially. That is a very real possibility. But again, you look at the injury, repertoire there. There are a lot of people out. And I think it is very much underrated how big having Dominic Solanke back is for Tottenham Hotspur. I know he's still working his way back. We haven't seen everything we can see from him yet, but you can tell how important it is for Tottenham Hotspur to have him on this team playing well too. Very big for Tottenham Hotspur there. Listen, again, it is what it is. Tottenham Hotspur on to the round of 16. They get to avoid the playoff round, which is massive. That means we're not playing in match weeks, playing 2 games in a week, at least in February. I know they come back in March for the round of 16. We'll see what it is. Draws on Friday, I believe. But given this new Champions League phase, it's just like last year's Europa League. We're going to know our path to Budapest come Friday. Our potential round of 16 opponents are Club Brugge from Belgium, Galatasaray from Turkey, Juventus from Italy, and Atletico Madrid from Spain. Obviously, you probably want to avoid those last two. You're probably hoping mostly for Bruges. It is what it is. Tottenham Hotspur, it's 24 game unbeaten, 25, I believe, 25 game unbeaten streak in European competitions. We'll see. I believe, I saw a stat somewhere that's the second longest unbeaten streak in European football history, in games in Europe. That is mind-boggling to me, given where Tottenham Hotspur have been these past few years. Not going to complain about it, though. Let's get to the player ratings here. Been rambling on enough. Yeah, Kolo Muani starts up top today. Again, against his former club, he earns a 7-8. He got what would be the game-winning goal to start the second half. Absolutely massive for Tottenham to get that goal, honestly. That was just, like I said, it felt like a when, not an if situation. They finally get the goal, and things feel like they're starting to turn around a bit. Does that truly mean anything in the end? I don't know. I guess we're going to truly find out. We'll see. Xavi Simons starts on the left today, earns an 8.2. I honestly thought this, as many injuries as we have, this is kind of one of the better lineups I've seen Thomas Frank put out. Again, I get Dominic Solanke is coming back from injury. I would have flipped him in Kolo Muani, but it is what it is. Xavi Simons, great job on that left side today. He had the opening goal that was ruled off for a foul in the build-up, but he was making it very difficult for Frankfurt today. Liked what I saw, 8.2. Popsar, 7.9. I believe this is his first game since coming back as a AFCON champion, so congratulations to Popsar there. He earns a 7.9. Thought he did really well today. Listen, there's not much to complain about with what we saw today. Wilson Odegaard, 7.7. Plays on the right today. Again, honestly, the biggest thing is Kolo Muani and Wilson Odegaard both were in a same car, I believe, yesterday. Got in a car crash. I thought I saw something about like a tire blowing. Thankfully, both of them are okay. Obviously, they were okay enough to play today. Just so thankful that wasn't something more tragic. But what good game from Wilson Odegaard today. You look at your defensive midfield today, you have Archie Gray, 7-8. He did really well today. One of his better performances this year so far. And Joao Palhinha is going to be your man of the match. I know he's been getting ragged on lately. He hasn't been the greatest, again, as of late. But today, I really enjoyed what I saw from him. That was really well played. 8-4. I'm happy with what I saw. I can't really complain about anything with, honestly, the whole midfield today. And same with the back line. Destiny Udogie looks to be a very massive piece of this back line. Just dominated did that left side today. 8-1. Kevin Danzo, 7-3. Christian Romero has the assist on the first goal. He gets an 8-3. And Jed Spence plays on the right today for Pedro Porro, who is out injured for the next 4 to 6 weeks, I believe. 7-7. Vicario made, like I said, a few good saves, 7-5. Look at our subs. Dominic Solanke came on for Kolo Muani. Gets a 7-4. He has that second goal today. Dane Scarlett gets subbed on. I flipped those. I am sorry. Solanke came on in the 74th minute, and that was for Wilson Odegaard. Dane Scarlett came on for Kolo Muani. Yeah. Him and Byfield came on after the 80th minute. Not really much to give them a grade on. It is what it is. It was good to see both of them actually play today. I was very happy to see that. Glad Frank is getting some youth into play. Now it's back to reality. Back to the Premier League. And we are playing Man City on Sunday. Yeah. Yeah. Of course, it's, the boogie team. We're going to end up winning 1-0 for some reason. When if we give them 3 points like we've been doing for everybody else the past 2 months in the Premier League, it might help Man City win the title instead of other people. Just saying. Obviously, it would be really nice for Tottenham to get out of the tricky situation that is potentially awaiting them in the relegation zone. And by golly, the fixtures do not get easier from here on out. It could be an unmitigated disaster, honestly. There's been a lot of talk about it this week. This team is 1,000% in a relegation scrap right now. That's just where this club is. It is what it is. I'm not sure how Thomas Frank still has a job at this point. He keeps winning Champions League games. Maybe he's Ange Postecoglou reincarnated and has been the league, and we're only going for the Champions League crown now. Who knows? I don't know anymore. Sure. We'll be back Sunday. We'll recap it all. I will make sure the episode actually happens on Sunday. So thank you so much for watching. If you just stumbled across this video, please click like, please click subscribe. Tell anybody you know about it. Again, we'll be back on Sunday for a recap of the Man City game. So thank you so much for watching. We will see you again soon for another episode of Top of the Perch.